John Goodby, first of all, many congratulations on winning the 2014 AkzoNobel Science Award.
Thank you.
You've won it for your work over years, decades on liquid crystals. First of all, you should tell us, what are liquid crystals?
Right, liquid crystals are an intermediate state of matter between solids and liquids. So they look like liquids, but they're actually not really liquids. So this is a good example of a liquid crystal. This is white and it flows like a liquid.
Yes.
But actually, if it was a real liquid, it would be absolutely clear. The whiteness is due to the liquid crystallinity in it.
And people are familiar with them, of course, even if they may not know always that they're made of liquid crystals, from the ubiquitous displays in any sort of consumer electronics gadget now.
Yes.
How do you go from that white, milky liquid to the colours and shapes that you can get on a phone, for example, or a computer display?
Well, basically, inside of this white liquid, the molecules are rod-like.
Yes.
And they have a little dipole in this direction.
Yes.
And when you apply an electric field to them, they move around like this.
Okay.
So to get them to move around, you need a display device. And this is one of the original ones that was made many years ago. And inside of it, the liquid crystal fills the whole of this display.
Yes.
And if you hold it up carefully, you can actually see the electrode pattern. So the electrodes are transparent. So they're made of indium tin oxide.
Yes.
And when you apply the electric field to them, the molecules inside of this do that.
Okay.
And that's how they get from black to white. You put polarizers in front and back, and that's how it goes from black to white. How do you get them colored?
Yes.
Well, that's quite simple. You put in a color filter. So the liquid crystal just switches in front of the color. So the filter's always there. So you have red, green and blue filters, and the liquid crystal just shuts them on and off.
Let's look ahead at the future of liquid crystals and their displays using them. How do you see them progressing in the future, and also up against competition such as organic light-emitting polymers, against new forms of light-emitting diodes and so on? Are they holding their own?
I think the future still looks bright for liquid crystals. The displays are getting bigger. You're seeing the introduction of 4K displays, which means 4,000 pixel resolution.
Yes.
So this is the new cinema displays that are just coming out, and they're 60-something inches size. So they're all developments of engineering and so on, whereas the new research that's going on is going towards switchable holograms, a bit like Star Trek, where I saw one where there was a bicycle being projected and it was spinning around like this, and you went to grab it and there was nothing there at all. Amazing new technologies are coming in the future.
It sounds as though you think the foreseeable future lies with liquid crystal displays.
At the moment, yes, I think that's where it's going. But I don't think liquid crystal's going to go in totally in that direction anymore.
You've mentioned holograms. Is that the other direction you're thinking of?
There are lots of small projection devices that could be made.
Yes.
So you could put a projection device in your telephone and project it onto a wall. So if you're on the train, you could actually watch a video on your train from your mobile phone. That's a possibility in the long term. But I think that one of the great things about liquid crystals is its ability to be used in all different ways, and because of its origin. OLEDs and polymers and things like that are designed specifically to do a display,
Yes.
whereas liquid crystal is actually a phase of matter, which means that it can do many other things. And one of the other things it does rather well is your body, your cells. All these are made up of liquid crystals. Your DNA is liquid crystal. And one of the few things I see in the future is medical applications of liquid crystals, such as in medical prosthetic devices and things like this, maybe artificial bone, things like that, where you're making liquid crystal polymers, or it may be in the use of drug delivery. There are many liquid crystals now used in that area. And recently, in the last 5 years, we've started to see liquid crystals being used as the carrier for DNA for using them in gene therapy. And for what I understand from America these days, there are now over 100 clinical trials going on using them as vectors to translate DNA across membranes.
And your own future, John, are you going to carry on working in this field?
Well, I will carry on till the day I retire, I think. But at the moment, I'm training other people and trying to bring across these new technologies into the classroom. So students in New York now, they get courses on liquid crystals, and we try to, bring it home as to what liquid crystals can do. Students have never seen this before. They've come from school, they use all these technologies, and they don't know what they are. And so education remains one of the things that I would like to see me carrying on into the future.
Well, many thanks, John. It's been fascinating to hear about the development of the field and to hear about how some of your early contributions, even doing your PhD, have come back into use now in new research projects. So many congratulations again.
Thank you very much.